Ay, 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 it's another spicy eye. Driving through the muddy Arkansas countryside, trying to wrap it up and go home for the day. Just catching the news this morning. Right off the bat, pissed me off, turned it off. It's just amazing how sorry and treasonous these mofos are. So it looks like the grimy lesbian man, the mufff diver from down under, the big, what do I call him? Grimyer, Brittany Grimyer. We'll just call her by that, him. I think she's a dude. I wonder if Russia has the skinny on, whether she's a dude or a chick. When they locked her up and they strip searched her, found that golden dong. So she was traded for the Merchant of Death. I don't know his name. I guess it's the Lord of War guy. But I've seen the movie Lord of War. I thought that dude is American of Ukrainian descent. In the movie, Nicolas Cage plays an American, I believe, that's, Ukrainian, or his family was Ukrainian and they escaped, whatever, came to America. Watch the Lord of War movie. I believe that's the movie. And I believe that guy was an American, but I guess he's Russian. I don't know. I don't care. I'm not so much upset about, everything that the left does is bullshit, but everything the right does is bullshit too. The faux outrage from the right about the guy that they traded for. They're more upset about the guy that we swapped for than they are about the fact that we left a Marine over there, ex-Marine over there, and picked up, the LGBTQ superstar, basketball dribbling man of a woman, right? They're mad about the swap itself, the guy. They're mad about the Merchant of Death being freed in a swap for him. I don't give a shit. I don't care. I don't care about who we're holding in prison. I don't care. Most of everybody that's locked up in America is on some bullshit. What up, Double B? Most everybody locked up in America is for some unconstitutional BS anyway. So most people that are locked up in this country probably shouldn't be locked up. And I know that the Blue Line supporters will be upset about me saying that, but I don't really care because I don't support the Blue Line supporters. So I don't really care. So the faux outrage from the right is that the Merchant of Death dude got released and Grimyer's on her way home. Grimier, don't care. I'd be more outraged or upset, or the fact that I even made this video, is that Biden will let the Marines sit there and rot. He's been there longer, and he'll bring home this LGBTQRSTUV superstar, and that was parroted in the press secretary's press conference, that this basketball dribbler, whether it's a guy or a girl, is a inspiration, or however she put it, to the LGBT. She's a hero to the LGBT community. And so that on its face is laughable. I think that if you took drugs to another country, and I'm not against drugs, I'm all for it. But if you're talking about if you're talking about another country's cultures, laws, etc., etc., I don't have no opinion on any of that, what they should be doing and what they shouldn't be doing and blah, blah. It's their country. They can do whatever they want. They can whip your ass with a cane for spray painting on a wall or spray painting on a car or whatever that kid did back in the 90s when his ass got caned in Indonesia or wherever the hell he was. You don't go to other countries and mess around and violate their laws or rules or whatever. That's just the bottom line. That's simple math. Do the crime, do the time. You know, it's not even up for debate. Is it wrong? Is it right? Is it this and that? It's another country. They make the rules. That's the way they want to live. That's their culture. That's their government. That's their whatever. It's not the United States of America. So to be upset or to be protesting against what another country does to somebody's citizen when they break the law, break the rules, is fucking idiotic. You don't go to Russia. You don't go to most of these countries around the world with some THC oil, some fucking THC flower, some THC powder. You know, you just don't do it. That's the rules. That's the law. And because you think you're a human being, I'm entitled to fucking do whatever I want. The whole earth is mine, brother. You're fucking tripped out. You smoked one too many to the dome. So I don't care about the Merchant of Death dude being the prisoner swap dude. I don't care about that. I don't care that that bitch is sitting over there for violating Russian law. You know, I'm not like, oh man, that's pretty messed up. She shouldn't be there. She needs to come home. No, her ass needs to stay over there for whatever her prison sentence was going to be. I don't give a fuck about the LGBT community and its heroes. And, you know, it's like them commercials that they put on TV or Hulu or wherever for AIDS medication and all this other bullshit that doesn't have nothing to do with 99 point whatever percent of the population. Why are we fed the bullshit for a small minority? The whole LGBT agenda, pedophile agenda. Why are we force-fed that? Why are we force-fed hepatitis medicine and AIDS medication and all these things that have to do with the community that doesn't have to do with the average American? Because they're wanting and making and forcing you to swallow their agenda and swallow what it is that they, what up A-Train? Swallow what it is they want you to swallow. You know, I'm sorry. I ain't no homo. I ain't putting nothing in my mouth. You ain't getting nothing in my mouth. Understand me? Definitely ain't getting nothing down my throat. But they'll sure do it to the rest of the American population. I fucking got away from having subscriptions to shit. I got away from being force-fed to the populist type bullshit. What up, Wrangler? I got rid of all of that so I don't have to see it because I don't want to see it. I don't want my kids to see it. I don't care about it. By saying I don't care about it, I mean I don't care about it. You can do whatever you want, blah, blah, blah. No, I don't care about it. I don't care for it. I don't want it in my peripheral. That's a tough one to say. I don't want it around me. I don't want to have to do this. For as much as I said last night, it's still America, and you can't force me to fucking do anything. You know, you cannot force me to swallow your agenda. You can't make me like whatever it is you want me to like. If I wanted to be a bigot, if I wanted to be a racist, if I wanted to be somebody that just doesn't like somebody's lifestyle, I have every right to be able to do that without society trying to come down on me and lynch me. So I'm tired of being force-fed the agenda. I'm tired that has to be what's, the main topic of the news for the night. But really why I did this little video is because The Marine dude, is, baffled, I guess, or perturbed or whatever. I'm not sure what the right word is. But he's not understanding why he's still sitting in prison, in a Russian prison, and Grimyer gets to come home. Well, I don't know. I know he's been gone for 4 years, but the same banana bullshit was still going on 4 years ago. This transition to the death of America was going on, and he must have to understand that this country doesn't care about the military. They don't care about its current enlisted members, commissioned members, and its former of the latter. This country does not care about military service members. And so that should anger you. That should really, really anger you. You should do everything in your power to make sure your kids are not joining the military. Period. None of your family members that's within your control should be joining the military. Should not be contributing to the beast. Because it's bad enough when George Bush sent off all these kids to war and they came back disfigured and maimed and dead and all that kind of stuff. But what happened? They came back and nobody gave a fuck, Maybe initially around the 9/11 bullshit. But as time wore on, people, had those sentiments against the war, against the soldiers, against the Marines, against the sailors. And so they turned a blind eye to what the VA was doing. They turned a blind eye to what the military as a whole and the federal government as a whole was doing to our military members. And so now it's totally out in the wide open that the people plus the government doesn't care about our military members. So whether you're, currently enlisted or formerly, a veteran, you have to get through your thick skull that the military, the federal government, and the people of this country are ungrateful fucks and do not care what happens to you. They have their drone operators now. They can operate from Creech Air Force Base in the middle of the desert outside of Las Vegas and send a drone to go drop a bomb on whoever they want today or tomorrow. Try to get this thing up here. Jeez. The guy that's sitting over there in prison wondering when he's going to get out has to realize he's the last thing that the Biden administration is thinking about. The only thing that surprises me is they didn't do this deal sooner for their LGBT superstar. You have to think, people that are on TV, sports stars, Hollywood elites, people that are in places of, what do they call these stupid people now? What do they call these stupid people on TikTok and Instagram and all that kind of shit now? Influencers, right? The feds and the people of this country care more about who's on TV more than the people that they send to shed blood, sweat, and tears for this country. And we could get into the semantics of it, they're all illegal wars, they're all bullshit, they're all unconstitutional. I know. That's another video that I've already done before. But just for the sake of this conversation, the people that off themselves up to this country thinking it's for, I say a lot now in these videos. I don't know, maybe I've always said it, but it drives me crazy. The Hollywood pedos, the people that play with balls, dribbling, throwing, shooting balls, playing with balls all day long, those are the people that are held up in high esteem. Those are the people that this country looks up to. That's the people in this country revere as if they are fighting for their freedom. You know, people are obsessed with these influencers. I'll just lump them all into one group, influencers. That's who the people of this country care about. That's who the federal government cares about. That's who the military cares about. They care about the tyrants, the baby tyrants, and the bootlickers of this country. So to waste your time and join the military, or let your kid join the military just so they could have a leg blown off, come back and get bad medical service, and probably get spit on when they come back through the airport, and then, God forbid, they catch themselves in a sticky situation, be left to rot in some country, and the priority be some fucking lesbian dude who plays with basketballs in the WNBA, which nobody watches, but still somehow that person is bigger and more influential and more important than somebody that served this country. We all, I say you all the time, but we all are feeding the beast. We all are enabling this bullshit to go on. And so I'm not upset that the Merchant of Death was traded. I'm not upset that I'm mostly just upset that everybody's just continuously lying to themselves, and we do this thing all the time where we hold veterans up in such high praise, but we don't do nothing for them. It's all lip service. Veterans Day. I mean, I never understood why the regular person, the regular average Joe, has Veterans Day off. I never understood why there's a bunch of shit closed and banks and all this, that, and the other. I understand it's a federal holiday, and so when it's a federal holiday, stuff's closed. I mean, I understand that on its face, taking it at face value. I get that. I'm not fucking stupid. But what I'm saying is, why do veterans work on Veterans Day and everybody else in this fucking country is off? And most shit is closed, or a bunch of shit is closed. It's like a holiday for the regular average Joe. What? So they could sit back and reflect and send their praise out for veterans because they totally wouldn't be able to do that from at work. Veterans Day is a joke. Memorial Day is a joke. It's supposed to be to memorialize those that have fought for this country. But what is it? It's a fucking paid day off for the average Joe Schmo who, honestly, I'm going to say something controversial. Something that's going to hurt some feelings. I don't really fucking care because it doesn't matter anymore. Most people wouldn't join the military. Why? I mean, ask that question. Why wouldn't most people join the military? It's a free choice. You don't have to. But let's just say it's a lack of courage thing, okay? Because the people that do join the military is definitely takes courage. A bunch of people will argue with me over this, but I mean, to sign your life on a contract and get sent around the fucking world to whatever battlefield and get pumped full of, guinea pig vaccines. I mean, that takes some kind of balls. I tell you what, it takes more balls than some fucking guy that gets paid $100 million over 5 years that plays with balls every day but has no balls. Plays with balls because they have no balls. That's the gist of it. Play with balls because they have no balls. and get paid handsomely for it and be respected by the American community. I mean, it's a lose-lose-lose to join the military. So, I mean, don't let your kids join the military. If you do, I mean, I understand sometimes it's out of your control, but if you're willingly encouraging your children to join the military, I mean, you got to be a special kind of stupid, because the country doesn't care about its veterans. It just doesn't. And the administration in control right now really doesn't, because if they did, that would be top of the list to get that guy back. I think we went through something similar with the Mexican dude that ended up in Mexico, took a wrong turn or something with some guns, and was held in Mexico, and he had to jump through a bunch of hoops to get released, or I don't really totally recall, but I remember something like this before. It's super foggy, so there ain't nothing to see anyways, but top of his list is to get somebody who dribbles basketballs and is an LGBT superstar hero, blah, blah, blah. Hero with all the virtues, all the integrity. That person gets to get brought home. Not upset about who the trade was for. You know, they could have traded the Merchant of Death for the Marine dude and left Brittany Grimyer down there. You know, that bitch hates America. She hates America. She hates what it stands for. She fucking hates it. Black Lives Matter, hateful, hating the American flag, hating the American people, white supremacists. She hates all that. So I heard somebody today say, well, I hope she appreciates being American more now after that. I hardly doubt it. She's gonna go home to her big ass house with her lesbian wife. She's gonna bang her out real good with a strap on, or her golden dong she never got rid of. She's gonna smoke some weed and laugh it all up as a bad dream. You know, a badge of honor maybe even. I went to Russia with shit and got locked up and made it out to talk about it, you know. She actually committed a crime, you know. She violated another country's laws. I mean, if that was you or me, we'd be still sitting over there, and we'd stay sitting over there. You might as well petition the Russian government for citizenship there. Say, hey, let me serve this fucking 3 years you're gonna give me or whatever, and then just give me Russian citizenship, because, you know, good luck on getting back to America. And so I don't know, these are just thoughts that are in my head that I think about, was kind of stewing on all day. I knew it was coming, but you know, Biden is not the only scumbag on the earth, because under Trump had what, 2 years at least? I guess the guy's been locked up for 4. So Trump had to have had at least what, 2 years, and he had a better relationship with Das Putin. You know, he had a better relationship with him. You would have think that Trump would have brought the guy home, but he didn't. I'm sure somebody's got an excuse for it out there, because that's all everybody's doing now is making excuses for Trump. I'm done with it, with both. And until you come to my level, until you get to where I am, you're just coloring in the lines in your coloring book, your government coloring book. What up, Tim? Until you reject all of it. It's lukewarm. All of it is lukewarm. It's neither hot nor cold, but yet you keep it in your mouth instead of spewing it out, spitting it out. It's all lukewarmness. And that's all it'll ever be. False hope, lies, and corrupt bullshit. And so to keep swallowing that and eating that and all whatever verbiage you want to use is stupid as fuck. It's really dumb as fuck. And I have people that never watched my videos before. They'll jump on. They're all fucking bent out of shape. Oh, you're just another one of them fucking conservatives, this, that, and the other. I try to tell them, dude, no, I'm not. You're not touching me. You're not touching me. You're not hurting my feelings. When you bash conservatives on my channel, in the comment section, in the live chat, whatever, it doesn't faze me. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I don't care about conservatives. Conservatives. I don't care about demon rats. They're all the same. As far as I'm concerned, you know, it's two gangs, Bloods and Crips. Ain't no way I'm taking sides on either of it. We as people, as Tim, I'm not sure what you're talking about. Cut my tree down yet. I'm trying to think. I hit my head pretty good at work today, so I might be a little loopy. Until people in this country, you know, I can't speak on or surmise or whatever the word for other people in other countries. I'm talking about people in this country that, you know, it's your God-given right to be free. It's your God-given right to speak free. It's your God-given right to own firearms. It's your God-given right to be unimpeded in your day-to-day schedule. You know, you're not hurting nobody. You're not raping. You're not killing. You're not hurting anybody. And yet there's forces out there that'll go out of their way to punish you and take everything away from you because why? Because you don't toe the party line. Until people really reach deep down inside and truly believe. You have to believe in God. You have to believe that you are God's child. You have to believe that Jesus is king. You have to believe that. You know, everybody always wonder, oh, how you get saved, how you get this and that and blah, blah, blah with the church and or religion, or, I mean, it's all over the place on how people think about how things are. But until you accept that in your life, number one, your life's not gonna get any better. Number two, you'll never actually free yourself from the chains that man has placed upon you. When you have God, when you have Jesus in your life, when you've accepted that and rejected everything else, then you're a free human to move about this planet unimpeded. And who could take that away from you? Who can take freedom away from somebody that just wants to be left alone, that doesn't want to bother anybody and doesn't want to be bothered? Who could do that? Now, I usually do cut a Christmas tree back west, but the last two Christmases I've been here, we bought one, so, and we're in a tiny place now, so I'm gonna end up buying a little tiny tree. It's so foggy out here, but hopefully this thing stops cutting out. It's probably not going to, so. Going again? Yeah, we're going again. So I'll be short and sweet here. Everything is right is wrong, and everything that you think is wrong is right. Seen a story or heard a story today, just real quick before I get out of here. Some lady somewhere, New Jersey, I think, some mom was upset about the pedophile stuff that was going on in her school, in her child's school. She voiced concern on Facebook, and some army officer chimed in and threatened her and got the police involved, and I guess the military and all, for a country that doesn't respect its veterans or its current serving members. I mean, I don't know why the lady didn't tell the military officer to go fuck himself. I mean, Who is he that they have any sway or bearing over what a civilian says or does? So, I mean, the censorship and the cutting of one's freedoms and liberties right now. No surprise that Brittany Grimyer and the Marine is, I'm not going to say I'll be blown away if Biden does anything for him. I don't think he will. I can't imagine a scenario where he would. I mean, there'd have to be something to gain out of it for Biden. He doesn't care what the people on the right think, so to me, he'd never do it, you know, for optics. And the guy sat there for 4 years. I mean, what's another 2 years and kicking the can and passing it on to somebody else? I mean, I just get tired of the hypocrisy that everybody is gulping down in a big gulp from 7-Eleven. Reject the evil, reject the corruption, purge it out of your life, spit it out of your mouth like lukewarm water. And mess with something that's hot or cold, you know? I mean, there's good people out there. I generalize on these things, but there is good people out there, but I don't think so. This thing's not going to quit kicking out, but I might fire one up later at home. Shout out to everybody who's in the comments. If I didn't see you, shout out to you also. Let me know what you think. Interaction is key on all these things. Comments, VRs. I mean, I can't be the only one at ranting and raving for what, 12 years now? Come on, folks. Oh man. It's really a shitty country that we live in. And I hope most red states break away from this tyranny. I mean, that's our only option, is to do that parallel society where people want to live in communism, they want to live in tyranny, and there's people that want to walk with God and live in freedom and have all their liberties that was bestowed upon them when they, just by their birthright, you know? I mean, it's not that hard. God brought you into this world. He created you. And you have a limited time on this awesome planet. You'll never get to see everything. There's no way you can see everything in one state, let alone the country nor the world. Enjoy it the best you can. Keep God in your life. That'll keep you level-headed. That'll make for a better family. And like I said last night, everybody trying not to have babies and trying to this, trying to that. Man, have a ton of babies. Build your army. You know? And everything that happens with all this tyranny, don't be surprised. Because where it's going, it's about to get worse. Way, way worse. So, I hate to be the bearer of bad news on these things, but hey, it's what I do, man. It's what I do. I can't help myself. So, shout out to everybody out there. Peace.